What's good, grade 10s, and welcome to another exciting episode of Business with Ted. And today's episode, we're going to talk about management and leadership, right? We touched it on episodes 2 and a bit here and there on 1 about the difference between management and leadership, right? And we gave an example of, and I want you guys to think of your class, right? Your class, whether you like it or not, has managers and has leaders, right? So leaders are people who are influential. When they say, guys, we are banking class, that's a leader, right? When they say, guys, we are not going to listen to Mr. So-and-so, that is a leader, right? They don't have to have the badge like the RCLs do, but they are a leader. So they are the people that inspire, that influence or motivate others to achieve the goals, right? Managers, on the other hand, these are the people, right, that basically guide and direct the organization to achieve its goals. So this is your RCLs. RCLs are more like managers, and whoever is in the class that stands out, that's more likely to be a leader. Please also as well do indicate who in your class you think is actually a leader in the comment section. Give them a shout out too. So basically we're saying that when it comes to the business, right, the same thing happens as well, right? That every single business has needs both, needs managers, right, and needs leaders. So the leaders will inspire people to work, but then the managers will basically give the process and ensure that the work is actually happening. Right, so that is the key difference maker. Now, that is why we have what you call, and this diagram, as you can see over here, is what you call a organizational structure. All right. So what it basically tells you, it tells you almost like a family tree. It tells you basically the hierarchy of importance, but also as well of function. Right, just like your body. The CEO is the head, right? In other areas, in other businesses, and you'll learn as you go deeper that there's other aspects like, the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, COO, Chief Operating Officer, etc., etc. Right? So the CEO, the main boss, right? For now. And under the CEO, you have your marketing manager, production. You have your finance manager, admin. You have public relations manager, purchasing manager, and your human resource manager, right? Then you have your lower level of management, and that is the sales officer, the quality control, right? The creditors clerk, the office secretary, team leader, stockkeeper, recruitment clerk, right? So this is basically like almost like how your body functions. The CEO will obviously be the head, and the main organs are the middle management, right? Like, for example, your heart, right, is one of the most important organs that you have, your bladder, and so forth and so forth. But we'll get into that in another business. But I want you to notice that over here, we're indicating that there is top level management, middle level, as well as lower level management, right? If you look at the middle level management, right, and if you look at marketing production, it is actually the same as the 8 business functions, because for the 8 business functions to take place, right, they need managers. But all those managers are fundamentally managed by someone. So let me break it down for you guys even further. Like I said, I'm just here to make your guys' lives much, much more simpler. So if you think of example as school, the principal will be the CEO, right? Then every subject that you have in school, right, falls under department. So for example, if you're doing business studies, it's probably under the commerce department, right? If you're studying life science, it's under the science department. If you're studying history, then it probably falls under the humanities. So the principal would be the CEO, and every department that is in the school, right, basically would be the 8 business functions: the maths, the science, the languages, the humanities, etc., etc. And they all have what you call HODs, heads of departments. Then we have teachers or educators, right? Educators report to who? They report to the heads of department. So in a business, we also have the exact same thing. We have general management in the business, basically to ensure that everything is being done and the business is achieving its goals. That's their job. If the business does not achieve its goals and we are not making money, then the general management is not running the business right. Number two, the purchasing function, basically, it is the people responsible for buying. Purchase means to buy. Then we have the production function, and this is those who are responsible for changing the process, right? So, like I said, guys, don't complicate this thing. Just think of a simple quarter joint, right? General management, probably the guy who owns the food joint. Purchasing function, he probably has somebody who buys. What do they purchase? They have to buy potatoes, they have to buy oil, they have to buy bread, right? That is the purchasing function. Production function, right? They have to peel the potatoes, right? Cut them with the chip cutter, dip them in cooking oil, and eventually transform, change, process raw materials to finish products. Then we've got the marketing function. The marketing function, basically, we're saying it undertakes the market research to determine the real needs. So basically, this is somebody who is looking to say, in the area that we are in, right, would this type of menu work for the business? That's basically all that they are doing. Then we have the public relations. The public relations basically is responsible for creating a good public image for the business. So, for example, maybe the spatula joint says, you know what, on this particular day, we are going to give the first 10 spatulas to the people working at an orphanage, right? That means that they are doing good business because they are working within the community. Or they go to a school and they say, for this next hour, we're going to be teaching you guys how to actually make a spatula from start to finish. That is public relations, how we relate to the public. Human resources, right, basically responsible for attracting new employees. So you hire guys, you're like, guys, I need people who are going to make this spatula joint happen. Administration, this is where the numbers come in, right? You need to have somebody who collects, processes, and stores all information required by the business. We need to know how many spatulas did we sell today, how many did we sell last week, how many did we sell for the whole month. That is the admin function. Financial function, responsible for determining the financial needs of the business. So the finance guy needs to come in and say, okay guys, we sold 60 spatulas today, right? So it means we are out of bread, we are out of potatoes, and so forth and so forth. So what do we therefore need? How much do we need in order for us to restock? How much do we need for potatoes? How much do we need for bread, etc., etc.? And that brings us, guys, finally to the end of chapter 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.